This is the Pal Talk News Network.
The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of paltalk.com, AVM Software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online, a production of paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users on demand on iTunes and on YouTube. And on my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com, where you're encouraged to post your comments, whether you agree with yours truly or not. No retribution, and thanks to our good friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio, we're syndicated to an additional 12 million households. I am your host, Gary Baumgarten. I welcome you to the show. I'd like to welcome Andy Levin to the show, too. Andy, well, oh, he's not here. Well, the guest did not show up. I don't know whether he's on the way or whether he stood me up. He hasn't called, but he knew that the show started at 5 o'clock New York time, and he knew that he was in New York City. And we publicized the bejeebers out of this one for him because we thought a lot of people would like to see, Andy, the pictures that you took in Haiti of the refugee camps. And give people an opportunity to talk to you, Andy. Andy? He's not answering me. I don't get it. What's the matter with my mic? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you just fine, Gary. I think
why
Andy's there. He's just not.
My mic.
Your mic's fine.
Thank you. God, I got so many people on here telling me, being my technical directors. While we are waiting for Andy to occupy the hot seat next to me, I'm going to throw a couple things out at, I'm going to throw something out at Boaz and Cassandra. They were totally not expecting this. But on the first, I want to hear from Cassandra about this agency. I want to know whether this is an official government agency in the United Kingdom. Then I'd like Boaz to comment on this issue. BBC, the story moved just a couple hours ago. A UK watchdog has banned an Israeli tourism advert showing the Western Wall, saying that it is misleading. The Advertising Standards Authority said the advert implied East Jerusalem, which has been occupied since 1967, was part of the State of Israel. The Western Wall, one of Judaism's holiest sites, is in East Jerusalem, but it is a major tourist site for most visitors to Israel. Israel's tourism ministry said it would have been misleading to exclude it. The ASA said they received one letter of complaint about the advert, which appeared in UK newspapers. The ruling follows another case in 2009, where the ASA criticized Israeli tourist authorities for running an advert on the London Underground, which appeared to show Gaza, the West Bank, and the Golan Heights as part of Israel. Apparently, Cassandra, the Advertising Standards Authority has some authority because they were able to ban the advertisement in the first place. What right does the government of the United Kingdom have to ban this advertisement?
None at all. None at all, Gary. It's the government taking a high-handed view again. It's the government imposing its will again. It's the government trying to micromanage issues yet again, and it buys into that agenda. It buys into they had received a complaint. If there had been masses and masses of complaints, then you might then have had some legitimacy in actually banning this. But no, they have to micromanage everything. They can, of course, decide on, with the advertising standards, and I suppose what they're saying is that, they've made a political judgment. They've actually politicized this by saying that East Jerusalem is not part of Israel. So, the advertising standards people have made their decision. So there we go, Gary. That's what I think about it.
Well, and our guest has just walked in, and so we'll switch topics here in a second. But I got to tell you, I can't recall going to Israel without visiting, the Western Wall. I don't see what's wrong with the advertisement, but we'll get back into that in a second. To my right, your left, Andy Levin, Levin. He is a very accomplished photographer. He used to be a contributing photographer with. You're going to move in a little bit because you're way off camera. You know about camera lenses, right?
I sort of do, but I'm not sure what that's pointed at.
We got to be kind of, we got to pretend like we're married or something.
All right, okay.
Okay, he was with Life magazine, the old original Life magazine. You were with Black Star.
I was with Black Star in the 80s and worked for Life in the 90s.
What did you cover for Black Star?
We covered a wide range of political topics, social topics.
You know Chris Morris?
Chris Morris actually worked for me occasionally as an assistant.
Yeah, I like Christopher Morris. He's a good guy. Black Star is one of those agencies that a lot of people don't recognize. The pictures that you see in the newspapers and increasingly on the internet, if you look at the bottom, the little credit will put the person's name / Black Star. And these are the men and women who actually go out in the front lines sometimes while the scribes are back at the bar writing about the wars and actually putting themselves on the line and in the line of fire. And
Chris has done a lot more of the war photography than I have.
Yeah, he's done a lot. He got captured in Iraq. I know.
He was captured in Iraq, and he did. He covered the. I think when Noriega was extracted from Panama, he started then. But Chris and I go way back to the 80s.
Well, Chris and I met in a war zone.
Oh.
Yes, I kind of took him around one. Detroit.
That's frightening.
It was pretty frightening. Well, you're from Detroit. No, you've got contacts in Detroit.
I'm from New Orleans.
Which
is a little bit south of Detroit, but maybe similar issues.
Oh, my God, yes. I was there for Katrina. Now, you've done some fantastic work both in New Orleans and in Haiti. And, in fact, Boaz has some of your pictures, if you want to put them up, Boaz, now, of the refugee camps that you took in Haiti. What is this one here?
That's a camp in Jacmel. Jacmel is to the south of Port-au-Prince. It was not hit as bad as Port-au-Prince, but they had around 6,000 people living on the site of a soccer field in Jacmel.
6,000 people on the side of a soccer field.
And the conditions have deteriorated since I was there.
Well, you would think that to be improving.
One would hope so, but none of that seems to be happening.
Is it because the eyes of the world have fallen away and we're looking